Hey, everybody. All right, we're back. We're back. Hey, this is Ass Crack and Backsack coming to you live from W Eat My Ass.
Welcome to Sonic Legacy, where we dive into the timeless tales and transformative tunes that have shaped generations.
Hang on. All right. We're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Sonic Legacy with my boy Brent. Andy here, of course. Again, we're just carrying on our conversation. We're talking about Kiss albums. And our love of Kiss goes back to we both were kids. Started then, continued for 50 plus years. But we're moving on to the Kiss's third album.
Can I ask you a question before you go into your thing?
Yeah, go, buddy.
Did you ever have a baseball card collection?
Yes, but not a big one.
Okay, well, I'm giving you a segue to this album.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was like, I did. There's a story.
Yeah, there is.
This album, so Kiss's third album is called Dress to Kill. And this is a very, this album means a lot to me personally. And I'm going to just, if you give me a minute to tell a quick story, which there's no such thing as a quick story with Andy. But I was 7, 8 years old. I didn't really understand what music really was. I knew what my parents played, which is Barry Manilow, the Beach Boys, Neil Diamond, Janis Joplin. That's what I knew. I had a neighbor who was playing music out of his speakers of his house, and we were all shooting basketball. I was just rebounding because I'm not good at basketball. And I said, "Man, what is this music? I like what I'm hearing." And he said, "That's Kiss," which I didn't know what Kiss was. Again, I'm 7. I don't understand it at this time. And he goes up and he shows me this stuff. He shows me the album. He's got a Kiss, the Spirit of 76 poster on his wall. And I was obsessed. I needed to have an album. I needed some Kiss in my life. I love all the Kisses. So I made a deal with my neighbor, Benji Lawson. I said, "Look, man, I'll give you 100 baseball cards if you'll give me that album." And he did. And ladies and gentlemen, that album is sitting right here. This is the very first.
Look at that.
That is my original. It's stained on the back. I don't even know what this is. Probably chocolate if I know me. But this is original pressing from what, 70? When did this come out?
Pull it out. Pull out
75.
the record. That is not an original pressing.
It's not. I don't know what it is here. Is it Dress to Kill? Yeah. So I mean, I would have got this in 77-ish. I don't know what makes it an original pressing versus what is a second pressing.
Hang on, I'll tell you just a second here. Kiss.
All I know is this album. I mean, look, here's the. Look at this. Look at the look at the cover, the inner sleeve, Brent. First of all,
got the Casablanca.
Got the Casablanca talking about the motion picture presentation of the deep. Look up at this.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And then if you look closely, the album is actually poking through the bottom of it here.
And the Deep didn't come out until when? Because that album came out in 1975. And
I'm looking. It doesn't say anything on this.
The original first pressing of Dress to Kill, had the blue Casablanca label.
Nice.
With the with the Humphrey Bogart Smoking Man. They call it the Smoking Man label. Is what they call it.
So what is this? Probably a...
Does it say Filmworks on it, or does it just say Casablanca? It probably says Filmworks. Casablanca, Filmworks.
On what? On the album?
On the label.
On the label. Hang on. Yeah, Casablanca record and...
Yeah,
looks like it says Filmworks. I'm trying to look
right
at it.
there. Yeah,
and I got some. I mean, it's scratched up. This album, this became my obsession. I sat in my room, and just studied this album. I looked at these guys dressed like this, and I was like, man, I don't know what this is, but I sure as hell want to do it the rest of my life.
Do we want to go into the minutia of why they're wearing the suits?
Yeah, tell the stories. Tell what you can, because I mean, we just got to pick our songs. We'll go over the track listing here in a minute, but I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about how important this album. Just give me a minute. This changed my life. Now, I won't tell you this is their best album by any stretch. What I'm saying is, for a young Andy, at 7 years of age, this album made me want to play music, and I started playing drums when I was 7 because of this guy right here. I wanted to do this I wanted to play music the rest of. I knew that much, and I will forever love this album for that reason. So I'm indebted, and people make fun of you and me. Do they not, Brent?
Oh,
We
they
get
knew.
teased constantly because of our love of Kiss. But and there's a story back when you took me to meet Gene Simmons, and you and I talked about how music shaped everything about us, at our lives, and everybody. And it's very long, convoluted. It's not necessary here, but I'm just saying, everybody probably has a band or has a song. For me and you, it was Kiss. For me, it was Dress to Kill. I don't know what was your gateway album. We didn't even talk about that. What got you going with Kiss?
Well, like you know, my neighbor Mike Hoffman,
Yeah,
we would play out in this front yard, and he would put his speakers in the window and shut the window so they wouldn't fall backwards.
that's what you had to do.
Yep, that's what you had to do. And
There wasn't even boom boxes back then. You're talking 77.
Yeah, and he would play Kiss. That was my first introduction to them. But Brent wasn't allowed to have Kiss. Kiss was
Devil.
Satan.
Yeah.
And so I would take my little Lloyd's tape recorder, and I go down to Mike Hoffman's house. And I wish I had these tapes.
Oh my God, you're the best.
You'd hit record on your tape player by the speaker, and he'd drop the needle down.
You hear the
and
popping.
You'd hear us trying to walk out of the room, and you barely hear the door shut, and then Love Gun would come on or something. So I bootlegged all my tapes until New York Groove came out, and the radio station said,
really?
That was Ace Frehley. And my mom's like, oh, I love that Ace Frehley. He's so awesome. and we were in Swallens. Swallens was a local Cincinnati store.
Jeez.
And she said, hey, while we're here, go upstairs and get that Ace Frehley record.
Now, she didn't know who Ace was,
She
right?
had no clue. And I went, really?
You're running.
So I come back, and I'll never forget. She's like, what the hell's that shit? We ain't buying that. I went,
turn it over and say, here.
Mom, it's Ace Frehley. And so that was my first official record I got it for Christmas.
So the Ace Frehley solo album was my first. Okay.
Technically first.
Do you remember what it was? What song you heard that made you say to Matt, I got to record these?
Mike, you mean?
Yeah, Mike. I'm sorry. Or what album?
It would have been,
because I can't tell you what song. I just know Benji was Dressed to Kill, and that's what he gave me.
It was right before Destroyer came out. I know that, so it would had to have been probably Kiss Alive, because I remember hearing that.
Another game-changing album.
I remember hearing that because I had that, and I remember when he got Destroyer, which we'll talk about that. But yeah, so all my Kiss records were bootleg back then.
Nice.
So, but that's how I had to do it, and you had to listen with that, like I have right now, one little earpiece that you get from Radio Shack, and they were white and they were hard as hell, and you always had to clean the earwax out of that little hole with the toothpick.
Yeah. And the quality was horrible.
Yeah, but it worked.
So
it worked.
Let's talk about the song. So the track listing for this one, Kiss put out another album, 1975, Dressed to Kill, 10 tracks, which again, they were just crushing it, putting music out.
But at this point, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
They were writing music while they were recording this. They didn't have music written for this album.
Well,
that's why.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why you have She and Love Her All I Can. They were Wicked Lester songs. They didn't have any other songs.
Okay. Well, my curiosity too is and that kind of answers it. There's how many songs did they have going into their first sessions? And then how many of these spill over? We talk about this with other bands that we love, and you always wonder, like you said earlier, and it's been said before, you have your whole life to write your first album. But like, do you go into a studio and do you have 30 songs ready to go and you just got to split them up amongst the first 3 albums, or do you keep writing and you just rent studio time and we're just going in, we'll write songs in the studio, which again speaks to their look. People can say they're not great songwriters. That's neither here nor there. The point is they were putting out some pretty damn good music and 2 albums a year for the first 3 years, right?
Yep. Up till 77.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
that's nobody has done that. Nobody. So listen, let's go down the track listing, and then we'll mull over if you can pick your 2.
Yeah, and I'll tell you some other minutia at the end of this thing.
All right, so track listing, 10 tracks. Kiss, Dress to Kill, 1975. Room Service starts the album off. Then you have Two Timer, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me, Anything for My Baby, She, Love Her All I Can, and it closes with one of the greatest rock anthems of all time, Rock and Roll All Night. Brent, do you have a song out of that? And I got a funny story about something. I, for the longest time, would argue with people that Ladies' Room was on Dress to Kill. It is not.
Oh, you were thinking of Ladies in Waiting. That's probably why.
I did. I kept thinking, meet you in the ladies' room. And I was like, yeah, it's on Dress. And I go like, it's not on Dress to Kill. It is not at all. Anyway, do you have nod to Earl Pitts?
Gilbert Gnarly.
Gilbert Gnarly. What's your one song so far you can't do without off this album? You're making your ultimate playlist for somebody.
This one wasn't hard because it's always been one of my all-time favorite tunes. Back when I was getting first married, on the way to the church to get married, I listened to this song and thought, wow, I really did hit rock bottom. And rock bottom is my jam, period.
Yeah.
Now, I will fast forward past the
3-minute intro.
Yeah, I will fast forward past that.
Yeah.
And when I used to make tapes as a kid, I would wait until it ended and hit record.
Yeah.
To where Paul would come in. But no, it is just about 2 minutes long altogether after that intro. And God, yeah.
Well, keep in mind, a lot of these albums are only like 30 minutes long. They're short. Yeah. They're 2-3 minutes and out.
Rock Bottom shows 3 minutes and 55 seconds, and 2 minutes of that is the intro.
It's very long. Well, Brent, listen, you know me, I've said it for as long as I can remember. Arguably, to me, one of the greatest Kiss songs of all time is Rock Bottom, and I would agree with you 100%. It is in my top 2. This is one of my top 2 all-time Kiss songs. There was something when you're listening to it as a kid and you're sitting there in your bedroom and you're playing Pitfall on your ColecoVision, and that da 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 da, and then suddenly it's quiet, and then I can't, it just punches you.
Yep.
And all of a sudden you're just like, yeah. That's Rock Bottom for me. It's just the ultimate. And I know we have other friends. I mean, our good friend Bob Horton would probably say the same thing. He loves Rock Bottom. We used to try to play it in a band we were in. I would love to see this one live. It would be great.
Yeah, It was great when the reunion happened and they played it.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw the reunion tour. I just don't remember it. And it's funny because I don't drink or do any drugs, but I don't remember the shows. So Rock Bottom, you and I are simpatico on that one. Brent, if you have to pick a second song to give to somebody after Dress to Kill, and you're saying, listen, you got to listen to these 2 songs, and you'll be a Kiss fan. You're talking to Mark Greenaway, a man who lives in England who doesn't like Kiss. Mark, listen to this one, and
well, there's at least 3 that are easy sells in my opinion. Rock and Roll Night, of course, is the obvious.
Yeah.
I think Love Her All I Can is a great fun tune. She, Come On and Love Me, but I'm torn.
Go. Do it.
I'm like Natalie Imbroglia or whatever her name is. I'm torn. If I said her name right, I'd really landed that joke.
I like that. I like where you went with that. I followed you into that joke.
I didn't even know I was going to say it, but anyway, I so bad want to pick Two Timer. I love the song Two Timer, but if I have to give somebody a song, it's going to be Come On and Love Me.
Yeah,
it
Brent,
has to be.
Listen, you and I are. That's my song too. Come On and Love Me. It's so good. This is so funny. I didn't think we'd have the two same songs.
Really?
No, I did not. I love this song so much. And listen, I enjoy Room Service, Two Timer. Anything for My Baby is such a fun song. I love She.
I know.
Rock and Roll Night to me, it's just it's comedy. Like unfortunately it's I've heard it too many times. It's not a knock on the song. It's just
no, I know.
I wouldn't hand that to somebody. I would want them to go.
But that
deeper.
song does represent Kiss.
It does. It represents everybody. That's what we all want to do.
Well,
but Come On and Love Me is so good.
When she let me, said she get me, touched her hips and told me that she let me. Oh my God.
Is a poet. And
I could have went with I'm a Capricorn and she's a Cancer, but I like the touch
but
your
it
hips
works,
and told me,
right?
Yeah, it's great. I took her hand, baby. This is what I said. Come on.
Those are the reasons I think we fell in love with Kiss. It's fun. It's punchy. It's Come On and Love Me is just freaking fantastic. So,
and
dude,
even
I love it. I love it. You and I are right here. I love it.
And even as a little kid, I knew it was a little dirty.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know as much about She, about her going down, but I knew something about when she took off her clothes. I knew something was dirty about that.
And you were okay with that.
But Come On and Love Me. Yeah.
I love it.
The first time I heard that song, it was one of my all-time favorite tunes instantly when I was a kid.
Yeah. Dude, I am so smiling that you chose that song too.
And it's aged well.
Because I thought you were going to go deep cut on that one. I really thought just go. This is where Brent really goes. Anything for My Baby or something.
When I tell people I love Two Timer, they're like, "That's a stupid throwaway." So I love the song.
Yeah, maybe, but it's a good tune, so I don't care.
And I love Ladies in Waiting. The lyrics are so damn stupid, but I love them.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been to the market and the meat looks good tonight. Come on.
That sounds like such a Gene song.
It is.
Gene, yeah. Oh, well, listen, that was fun. I'm so glad we talked about that album.
Well, the minutia I wanted to extend on this.
Yes.
They were broke at this point.
Okay.
The label was broke at this point. The owner of the label, Neil Bogart, produced this record because they couldn't afford a producer for
Is this
them.
what he did with credit cards?
No, that was Bill Aucoin, the manager.
Bill Aucoin, okay.
Keeping them on the road.
Yes.
And so when they did the photo shoot, this is how broke they were. When they did the photo shoot for this album cover, those are Bill Aucoin's suits. That's why Gene has high waters on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's with the shoes Gene's wearing? Like, was that the trend?
They don't even fit him.
Like, what's with that?
They don't. That's what was in Bill's closet at the.
This is all Bill stuff.
Yeah.
Like the penny loafers here that Peter's
That's what
wearing?
they say, because Bill was because Paul went in because he was going to ask for an advance at that point, and he saw that Bill's suit jacket was being held together a hole by duct tape on the inside.
Yeah.
And he thought, wow, I can't ask this guy for money. He can't even buy new clothes.
Well, and I love that Gene is the contrasting suit.
Yeah.
They're all in dark suits, and he went with some kind of a light, probably gray.
But Paul's looks kind of big, I think, on him.
Well, the pants are okay length. Peter's the one everything looks big on. Look, if you look closely, you may that's how my suit pants fit me. That's good. I like knowing that, Brent. That's a good
one of the guys might have had their own suit. I don't know, but the legend is they were all Bill's clothing. And that's why Gene, because I remember as a kid looking and thinking, why is Gene wearing high waters?
I just love it too because it's so anti what they are. You know, they were these demons, these monsters, these crazy, and they're in suits, just walking the streets.
Well, that started because the Cream magazine was going to do a photo shoot of them.
Yeah.
And basically what they look like during the day, and they would show them going down into the subway steps. They made a little comic out of it. And then they come out of the subway and they would be in their costumes.
I
don't know if you've ever seen that or not.
I don't know that I know. I don't think I have.
So,
but now did that what do you know? Did they have the name of the album, or was it because of the suits they went with the name of the album?
You keep saying I'm the expert. I'm no expert.
No, I'm just asking you. I know you know stuff. That might be something you know or don't know.
I honestly don't know. I'm guessing they did. You know, because the play on words, "Dress to Kill," and
it does say
look like mobsters, kind of. You know,
that way. Okay, well, good. That was fun. I love it. I love all the kisses. So we'll wrap this one up, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this one. Dress to Kill is very special to me. Is it their best album? Absolutely not. It just means a lot.
But it is a great album.
It means a lot to me, and that's all I'll ever say. To the end of the day, is this album will be very important to me.
If you're sitting there in traffic and you got 32 minutes to spend, just throw it on.
It's about it. 32 minutes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still watching, we thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. If you really like the show, tell a friend. If you hate the show, tell 2 friends.
Oh, yeah. And then they'll tell their friends.
And so on. So anyway, thanks, everybody. This is Andy and Brent, Sonic Legacy, talking about the band we love.
Kiss.
This has been a Touch of Madness production, brought to you by the creative minds at Tommy Twins Media.